every day here on YouTube, and today I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to do it imperfectly. I literally have done nothing with my hair but wake up. I'm wearing literally my pajamas. I have no lighting. I have no makeup. I'm not using a special mic, so the sound's probably awful. And I'm curious to see how this affects my reach here on YouTube. But I wanted to tell you the reason why I'm doing this is because I, as a business coach for healers and a social media marketing consultant and a sales consultant, I see the value of things like YouTube. And in fact, most of my clients come from YouTube, but it is my smallest audience. I don't even have 1,000 followers on here. On Instagram, I have 34,000 followers. On Threads, I have 7,000 followers. On Facebook, 11,000 followers, not including the 5,000 friends that I have on there. Here, barely 600, I think. And yet there's one video that I posted years ago that still gets me clients like all the time. People still reach out to me about it. And it's my video on how I make money on Insight Timer. And it's the video about how I make not just a little bit of money, because, you know, the royalties that you get paid, those are just lunch money, but it's how I use it as a marketing platform for finding people to hire me as a business coach and to sign my 5-figure contracts. So it makes no sense to me why I wouldn't keep posting things on YouTube, but the reality is I haven't posted anything on here for months, maybe over a year. And it's because it doesn't resonate with me. I don't use YouTube that often as a consumer. I don't hire people because of their YouTube channels. And I typically focus on the social media that's the most fun for me, because I don't know if anyone here is into human design, but I'm a generator. And that means that I have to do things I enjoy in order to attract opportunities. And so as I was thinking to myself, okay, it's so silly that I'm not utilizing YouTube more in my business. What's it going to take for me to actually enjoy it? And that's when I had to get really nerdy with myself and be like, well, let's just see what the numbers say after a month, because sometimes looking at data is fun for me. Not when it's looking at spreadsheets of like, I used to work in accounting of a corporate business that's like making someone else a ton of money. But looking at my own numbers, that's making me a ton of money, that does bring me joy. So I'm just curious to see. Every day, I'm going to be going live on here. I may have something planned. It may just be me on the ski mountain being like, look what I'm doing today. But if you have any requests or any questions, especially I know most of my audience here is interested in how to utilize Insight Timer, and how to utilize really any social media in order to attract clients, in order to make money. I've done it every different way. I've used it as a marketing funnel where I have people like it onto my email list and then sell them things. Because I have a relatively big audience, I'm able to make a good chunk of change from sponsored posts. I teach you guys how to get started with that. And I've used it also just in my day-to-day life of making friends as I travel a lot. This ski season, I'm in Jackson, Wyoming, but every year I pick a new mountain to ski at. And then I just travel when it's not snow season here in the United States. So it's interesting to me that throughout this whole process, I've been running this business now for over a decade. But I still have not figured out how to make YouTube work more than just that one video that I posted so long ago. And I think part of the issue is that I feel like it has to be perfect. I feel like I have to get like the perfect thumbnail, and that takes time. I feel like I have to have the perfect editing so that it really entrances people. And that's something that's just like, I just don't enjoy that part of the process. I just want to make the content really quick, get it posted, and move on with my life. So that's why I'm experimenting with going live here on YouTube to talk about my life, basically. So if you're seeing this, let's see, it looks like we have 12 people joining me already, which is shocking to me because I don't have that many followers and I'm not used to this format. So if you can put in the comments, just say hello, or tell me what time it is where you are. And if you have any questions, actually, I have a question. Why are you here? Why are you watching me live on YouTube? Are you one of my followers? Did the algorithm just feed this to you and you're just hanging out? yeah, YouTube to me is such a mystery. It's good for, from a marketing perspective, it's good for long-term growth because you have the power of SEO, and obviously you don't have to post constant content the way that you do on like Facebook or TikTok or Instagram in order to keep your audience moving along with you. But yeah, I make the most money off of YouTube and put the least amount of effort into it. So I'm experimenting with putting a very low amount of effort into going live here on YouTube. And I'm assuming this will like post on my page as well so people can watch it after the fact. So please leave a comment. Tell me why are you here? Just give me one word for why you're here. It could be you're looking to make money, could be you know me in person and you're just curious about what I'm up to. And if you have any questions about anything, but especially if it's around how to make money in alignment with your energy, which means that it's going to make the world a better place, not just like your direct world, but the actual world. I would love to answer those questions and give you some free advice about how to make a lot of money doing that because I, as a Capricorn, I know how to do that. That's my sweet spot. I take my 20 years of corporate experience and feed it into the healing world. And I end up working up with a lot of doctors and therapists who are breaking free from the Western model of doing business, where you have to burn yourself out in order to make enough money to afford the life that you actually deserve to live, the one that actually brings you joy. That's my sweet spot as a business coach and as a marketing consultant, is figuring out, okay, how can we be really efficient with your time and how can we make the most money with the little effort as possible. And it is possible. I'm doing it. I spend most of my day skiing and going to yoga. And I work a couple hours a day, but I do work that I absolutely love. I'm either teaching a yoga class or I'm making I'm meeting with one of my business coaching clients and talking about how they can make a bigger impact and more money with their work. Because that's something really interesting about my niche, about my clientele is, yeah, they want to make money, but that's not inspiring them to get out of bed in the morning. What inspires you guys to get out of bed in the morning is making a huge impact. And so I'll be curious to see how this YouTube thing goes. But I want to share, since I know a lot of you guys are involved with Insight Timer, a message I got this weekend where someone just posted and said, hey, I actually know you from Insight Timer from 5 years ago. I listened to one of your meditations. It's a meditation called Ease Chronic Pain. And she said, I had migraines for years, and your meditation was the first time I actually felt agency in my pain. I actually felt like I had some power over whether or not I'm in pain. And so she listened to this meditation, and now this was five years ago, she said she's now been migraine free for a year and a half. So listening to my meditation, she said, kicked off this huge life transformation where she decided she did not need to live in pain anymore. She had another choice and she figured it out and she made it happen. And that's what gets me out of bed in the morning, okay? Feeding my ego information like that the work I just throw out into the world actually makes a difference in how people are able to experience this world and how they're able to reduce their pain in this world. That's my bag. That's what gets me out of bed in the morning. It's what makes me really excited to do my work. And the fact that I get to make money doing it, and a lot of money, so I can afford to live places like Jackson, Wyoming, literally the most expensive county in the United States, is evidence that anyone can do it if you are following an aligned path and if you use strategy, if you have some sort of marketing strategy behind what you're doing. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to strategy, just leave a comment with that and that'll be one of my videos, is like, what exactly do I mean by marketing strategy? But if there's one message I want to leave you with here, my goal here was to go for 10 minutes, so we're almost there. It's that life is an experiment. And if you're not making different decisions with the things that aren't working well in your life, you're going to be stuck in the same cycle. So for me, I've been, as I said, YouTube has been successful for me, but I haven't felt like putting that much effort into it because it seemed like it was going to be too much work. So I'm figuring out a way, how can I do this as effortlessly as possible and still make an impact and still make money? And so hopefully you'll join me for the journey. Give me a follow if you haven't already given me a follow. And I'll look forward to chatting with you guys tomorrow. If I keep up with this, who knows? I might wake up tomorrow and be like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. But we'll see. I'm setting this challenge for the 28 days of February, and I am very curious to see what happens. So you'll definitely want to tune in at the end of the month to see how my life has changed. But also, if you keep hanging out with me, guarantee it, your life is going to change. Because I'm a spiritual activator. You can't hang out around me for very long without noticing what's wrong with your life and how to, I don't want to use the word fix it, but how to make a different decision so that you get to experience less suffering, more joy, because you deserve it. You really do. I promise. Okay, my friends, you have a beautiful Sunday. I'll talk to you soon. Mwah.